Would I Lie to You? 8:30 p.m, BBC One. There are those who look down on this fear-based panel show, but it is capable of delivering sustained belly laughs like few others, not least when Bob Mortimer is on. No changes in format for this new series, whose guests are Joe Brand, Kimberly Wyatt of Pussycat Dolls, David Baddiel and Ed Balls, now well into reinventing himself as a TV personality, and the comedy of whose surname does not go unnoticed. David Stubbs' Labour, the Summer That Changed Everything. 9 p.m, BBC Two. As we reach the end of a bewildering year, it is easy to forget how different everything seemed in January. Theresa May seemed unstoppable while Jeremy Corbyn was apparently dragging his party in the general direction of oblivion. This documentary tracks Labour's ongoing transformation, particularly striking are the baffled expressions of centrist MPs as the election exit poll suggests better than expected results, thus no end in sight to their trial by Corbyn. Phil Harrison, Private Lives of the Monarchs. 9 p.m, yesterday. Debut of a new series based on the debatable assumption that there's much about the private lives of the monarchs that we haven't previously been told. In this first episode, Tracy Borman looks at Queen Victoria. The thesis is that Victoria was, on the quiet, an antithesis of the piety and prudery with which the adjective Victorian is associated. The historians interviewed are interesting, the reconstructions less so. Andrew Mueller. Black America since MLK. 9 p.m, PBS America. Henry Louis Gates Jr.'s Chronicle of Black America passes through the 1980s and 90s. Figures such as Oprah Winfrey and Michael Jackson enjoyed peak popularity, with a black middle class becoming established. But away from TV's warming glow, poor black communities were torn apart by crack cocaine and corrupt policing. It took the infamous footage of the Rodney King beating to reveal the bigger picture. Mark Gibbings hones insert name here. 10 p.m, BBC Two. The ubiquitous Sue Perkins returns to host the third series of this panel-based quiz show, in which the questions relate to famous folk who all have the same first names. Team captains Josh Widdicombe and Pointless's Richard Osman are back, too. Joining them are stand-up comedian Nish Kumar and historian Kate Williams, going head-to-head with Katherine Ryan and Gabby Logan. Expect flurries of banter and assorted witticisms. Oh, and quips. Quips galore. Ben Arnold Storyville. My Mother's Lost Children. 10 p.m, BBC. For Danny Benmosh's film is an almost unbearable examination of a family marked indelibly by one event in 1950s London. His mother's estranged husband snatched their two children and left the country. Decades later, the kids reappeared, and several life stories of pain, abandonment and words left unsaid were forced to mesh. Benmoshe somehow brings a note of humor to a tale of the terrible power parents wield. Jack Seal, Stalkers. 10:45 p.m, BBC One. In the UK, stalking was classified as a criminal offence in 2012, yet cases have proven difficult to prosecute and still have a shockingly low conviction rate. This unsettling one-off documentary shadows the charity Paladin as its dedicated volunteers help 3 long-term stalking victims cope with sustained harassment, from social media threats to dead mice arriving in the post, while also demonstrating how best to collect actionable evidence. Graham Virtue TV Films. I Wish Hirokazu Kurita. 2011 Monday, 2 a.m, Channel 4. There are shades of the mighty Ozu about this piquant and uplifting Japanese drama of family life. It's the story of little brothers Koichi and Ru, played by brothers Koki and Oshiro Mida, whose parents are splitting up. Mum goes back to her parents in Kagoshima, taking Koichi with her, while wannabe rock star cum slacker dad stays in Osaka with Ru. And the only way to heal the rift, the boys believe, is to make a wish at the magic moment when two of the new bullet trains pass each other. Paul Howlett, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Garth Jennings. 2005. 9 p.m, Sci-Fi. There's an unashamedly great British feel to this transatlantic production of Douglas Adams's funny sci-fi novel, having dressing-gowned Martin Freeman as befuddled space traveler Arthur Dent is like Doctor Who gate-crashing Star Wars. But it's a witty, beautifully designed adventure, with starry comic turns from Bill Nye, John Malkovich and Helen Mirren. PH Live Sports. Snooker. Northern Ireland Open. 12:45 p.m. Eurosport 1. Coverage of the opening day of the event from Waterfront Centre in Belfast. Premier League football. Brighton Hove Albion v Stoke City 7 p.m, Sky Sports main event. Can promoted Brighton maintain their excellent start? NFL Seattle Seahawks v Atlanta Falcons 1:15 a.m, Sky Sports main event. From CenturyLink Field.